Hello, I'm Ernie Zore, and I'm here with my friend Larry Housel, and we are welcoming you to number 86 in the Puritas Spring Software Video Collection. Why don't you tell them about it, Larry?
Sure thing, Ernie. We're here to talk about version 5 of our Cuyahoga Probate Program. If your law office prepares decedents' estates and you file in the Cuyahoga County Probate Court, this program is going to make work faster, more consistent, and easier to manage.
Well, the idea is simple. You enter the information once, then you let Cuyahoga 5 carry that stuff into all the probate forms in the places where it belongs. So instead of retyping names and addresses and case numbers and assets, descriptions and expenses, fiduciary information, attorney information, a whole slew of stuff, instead of typing it over and over again, Cuyahoga 5 uses the worksheets and the calculation routines to complete the forms for you.
So let's have a look at the main screen. You want to start it up for everybody, Ernie?
I'll do that. Here we go. There it is.
Nice little splash screen there.
Yeah, I'm going to move it into position so everybody can see it good.
Yeah, and you'll see the worksheets right over there in the upper left-hand corner that you were just talking about. And those worksheets are going to give you the general information, the general information worksheets right in front of us.
Right.
But you're also going to get next of kin, assets, income, expenses, debts. These worksheets are where most of the work begins. You enter the information, then mark which people, assets, or expenses should be sent to a particular form.
And that send to approach is one of the most useful parts of the program. For example, a next of kin entry, and I guess it would be good if I brought that up here, huh? I'll bring up the next of kin worksheet, and what we're saying is that let's just put that in there. I can send it to all of these things just by doing these send to buttons. And there's all the worksheets have something like this. So assets can be sent to an inventory, an account, and other forms. Next of kin can go to all the waivers and consents and things. Expenses can be sent to the appropriate accounting schedules. It's all done in the worksheet.
That's the way to do it.
Yep, I'm going to clear that out of there.
Yeah, let's go back to the general information, because I want to point out the tree view. So from here, all you need to do is select whatever form you want from that tree view. When the form appears on your screen, you'll see that its layout closely follows the forms that the courts use. So you can review the form, move from page to page when a form has multiple pages, and make changes where appropriate.
Now, I don't know if this is the right time to mention it, but I will anyway. There's really 3 types of these fields. These ones that are white with white fills or backgrounds, those are just normal. You type in whatever you want in there. But there are forms. Let me see if I can find one. There's these blue fields, and those are overridable fields. And what that means is that 99% of the time, the program's going to figure out what goes there and put it there automatically. But every once in a while, and sometimes this happens when you've got co-applicants, you want to make a change that the program can't handle. So you can go in here and you can override. You notice when I clicked in here, an override button appeared, and I could click on that override button, and now I can type in it, whereas before I could not type in it.
Those red letters showing you that you're overriding existing text.
Yep, that's right. And then the third type of a field is also in view right now, and that's these amber or yellow colored fields. And that means I do have technical support calls every once in a while, and they'll say, hey, I can't type on the form. And that's because if you fill out the worksheet, the next of kin worksheet's going to fill this out in its entirety. You do not have to enter one single thing. So that's the third type of field that you'll see. So there's the white, the blue, and the yellow.
All right, well, let's walk through a basic estate form then, and we can see these the fields in action, and we can see the worksheets in action. I think it'll be a good...
I think I have a file, Larry. Oh, wait a minute. No. Okay, and there's all the information. Now, we
Look
did...
at that.
Uh-huh.
This is a good starter set. It's a good example for many estate matters, and it shows how the program carries information from the worksheets into the forms. And these are the forms you'll probably use to start every decedent's estate that you work on.
Yeah, that's right. Probably like forms 1.0 through 4.0. So we would start with the general information worksheet, and you could see this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. The name and first name and last name of the decedent, his or her address, the county, date of birth, date of death.
Yeah, all this stuff.
Social security number. There's no point in having you watch me demonstrate just how fast of a typist I am.
Which would be...
It would be a show in and of itself. And
I agree.
And look for a later version, or maybe that will be number 87.
And if I just want to interject, you'll see there's email address, and that is an example of why this is Cuyahoga 5 and not Cuyahoga 4, because a lot of the court forms now at the probate court require email address.
Oh, right.
And
okay.
so
yeah.
That had to be added to this.
That's a good point. So let's see, where are we? Okay, we got the general information. It's already complete.
Yeah, so let's look at like one of the worksheets, the next of kin worksheet.
That's the next one that we will go to, next of kin.
Oh, look at that. And this has already obviously been filled out, but this is where you would add all the next of kin, the surviving spouse, children, and devisees. Anyone who receives a form would go on this worksheet, meaning if you're going to send something to somebody, you're going to want to put their information on this
I
worksheet.
think of three things: notices, consents, and waivers.
Yep.
And those three things will usually cover all the different forms. There's plenty of them because every form, like 2.0 has a notice form. I think 4.0 does. They all do in a way, or many of them do, I should say, to be more accurate.
So for Form 1, for example, the surviving spouse, children, next of kin, Cuyahoga 5 is going to use this worksheet to complete that form.
Yes.
So this is where the different type of fields come in. You're going to get yellow fields because they're already going to be pre-populated from the information you've added to this worksheet.
Right. And just to demonstrate how it works, I mean, these are all done already, so you really didn't get to see one in action. Let's add one. And we want to pick someone who's deserving, upstanding, all good things.
So me?
Hey, I know, yeah. Larry, come on.
Oh, that other guy.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, we think he's okay too.
Whoops. Slipped off the home keys there.
Look at that type.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to fill out the rest of it. Well, maybe I better put the birth date in.
I can tell you're holding back on the speed too.
1941.
Wow.
Okay,
How
yeah.
did it guess that right?
That's a birth date. Yeah, hey, come on, Larry. I was going to pick, since we're in 1941, it seems like December 7th would be appropriate.
Oh, wait, is that Pearl Harbor?
It is Pearl Harbor.
Oh
Yeah.
man, my fourth grade research paper just came screaming back into my head.
There you go. And okay, that's it. And we're going to send it to the front side of the of Form 1.0. We'll send it to the back side too, just to see what happens. And I have a feeling nothing is really going to happen in terms of we've already got them filled up. I bet. Let's take a look at Form 1.0, page 1. Okay, it says there's more than one copy.
For each of the...
I'm going to show you the second one. What it's showing you is the first name on the top. This is what it says Public Library. But I know I'm at the end, so there I am.
Very nice.
Nice, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, relationship. I think I left that blank and didn't fill it
But
out.
if you would have put it in there, of course it would show up. So, and they're yellow because, as we discussed, these things are edited in the worksheet, not out on the form itself.
That's it.
All right. So what about maybe we go on to Form 2, or Form 2?
I'm sorry, Larry. I was daydreaming there.
Yeah. What's going on over
Form
here?
2. Well, you know what? I saw relationship to decedent. Typically, you're expecting something like
Daughter.
yeah, son or daughter, something like that. But I think this is legitimate because these are
Yeah. One of them's a library.
nonprofit charitable organizations and things like that. So yeah, they would that seems like a reasonable relationship. So now that we spent 2 or 3 minutes explaining that for no reason at all, Let's go to, what do we want to do? We want to take a look at two?
Yeah, we're going to peek at two.
Yeah, here, let's take a look. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, you can see
already filled out.
Yeah, right, look at that.
And
nice.
Now, the blue is the overrideable then?
Correct.
So if you did want to change that, you could.
Yes.
And there might be
Like,
situations,
yeah,
5% of the time.
Rebecca might be out of town or something, and so I would click in that field. I would then go up to, there's an override button, should be. Where am I? I'm not seeing it. There it is. And now you notice that, yeah, I know, the text turned red. And so, if let's say they came to an agreement and said, "Oh, we don't want to have everybody sign 2 sets of papers, or 2 people sign 1 set of papers. We want to get Rebecca out of there with Rebecca's consent, of course." And there we go. That's it. Now it remains in red, and that's just a reminder to let you know that it's an overridden field. All right, where to next, Larry?
Well, I think we should let's skip the rest of Form 2 and move on to Form 3, appointment of the appraiser.
Okay, we can do
and
that.
And we can see, just like 1 and 2, Form 3 gets us information from the general information worksheet and the asset worksheet.
It does. And so what you're seeing right now here is the information from the general information worksheet. Let's just put 250th birthday. Whoops. You see how I just filled out the white fields.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a good example because it's got all, like you were pointing out, Larry, it's got all three colors there.
And it's also a good example because you can see this form is basically filling out itself.
Yes.
It's mostly complete.
We could take a look at the back side of the form. And this is a Cuyahoga County specific form that all the other counties are envious of. And that was because there's a checkbox about accepting the, is that checkbox still here, or am I talking about, yeah. No appraiser necessary. You can agree to accept the county's valuation.
Oh.
And there were counties, I don't know if there still are, but at least years ago, yeah, I would run into counties where you had to get an appraiser.
Mm.
I don't know if that was a good old boy system or whatever.
Yeah,
it was,
that appraiser was like, "Hey, what about me?"
Yeah, and I don't think they ever went out to. They were reading the valuation from the thing from the county. I don't think they were actually going and looking at the properties. And I think there was a scandal about that, and that's how this checkbox ended up on the form.
Wow, my goodness.
And man, I either remember that really good, or I started a rumor like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, well, let's hope.
So anyway,
let's hope it's one or the other.
Bad ball rolling there. Okay, now we'll go to, where do we want to go now?
Look at the asset worksheet.
Okay, yes. Let's see what we've got there. Asset worksheet. There's real estate right off the beginning there. And we're sending that to Form 3. And that's really interesting that we're doing that, because as you saw Form 3, and there it is in the background.
Yeah.
You can see that they're asking about the real estate here.
Mm-hmm.
Or one of these is asking about the real estate. I got it blocked off now. I can't see.
Here it is.
Value of real estate, okay? And if I had a big, long legal description, it is never going to fit in this little box. And that's why, I don't know if we did that in this particular example file, but that's why I would make 2 entries in the asset worksheet. One with the complete legal description.
Yeah, that's it right there.
And one
yep.
with the, no, this is not the complete legal.
No, I mean, it's identical to the Edgewater one.
Oh, it is identical? Okay, yeah. But anyway, the point, yeah, is that one of them would be for Form 3, and I would not use it anywhere else in the probate. And the other longer one would be used everywhere else except Form 3, because it would cause an overflow on Form 3 because there's just that little box.
That's a pretty good tip, Ernie. We're going to have to change the name of this video.
To what?
Tips and tricks from Ernie.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't. I know what we forgot, Larry. Before we move on, we were looking at 4, weren't we? Or do we not get to it?
We were just about to get to it. We just finished up 3. Application for authority to administer.
Right. What you're seeing here is that there are different categories of. So it's not good enough to simply send an asset to Form 4. You have to tell Form 4 what category it is. And as you see, there's like at least 3 categories here: personal property, rental properties, and real property.
Yeah.
And so if we go back to the asset worksheet, we would say, okay, here's one going to 4. I can see because of right there. Let's go to that one. And we have the send to Form 4 button checked, along with a couple other ones, so we can do it all at the same time. But also, we got a category box here. And form...
Oh, for each different form that requires a category.
Right, and if you thought, oh my gosh, am I going to have to memorize? Because the categories are different for every form. They don't want to make it too easy on us. You don't have to memorize anything, because each one of these is customized for the form that it applies to. So if this is real property, bang, you just click real property not sold, or whatever the appropriate category is.
Gotcha.
I guess that's what I wanted to point out, is that there's a category for, not everything needs to be categorized, but these dozen forms do need to. It probably even would throw an error if you tried to exit the worksheet without categorizing
it. And that's another good tip. If you're trying to leave a worksheet and you get an error, generally it's because there's something required that wasn't completed.
Right, and I'm saying generally you're right, Larry. But I'm going to say almost all the time it's going to be the category is what's screwing it up.
Okay.
All right, well, where are we at now?
Did we cover Form 4?
That was it.
Right.
And the need to categorize an asset, we did cover that.
Okay. Oh, well, I guess I wanted to point out what was already obvious when you showed that drop-down, which is you don't even need to memorize the categories because they're all going to be in the drop-down. So it's not like you need to look anything up. You just choose the category, and that slots it in as to what the court is expecting.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was stepping on your lines. Now, when the form looks right, you can open the print selection box by clicking on the print button, and if we wanted to take a look at Form 4 as it would look printed, I mean, it's a pretty good facsimile that you're seeing on the screen right now. But I guess there was not enough planning for this here. There's what the form is going to look like on paper.
And so that's the exact court form.
It is.
That's what the court is going to expect to see.
Very spiffed. Yep, that's it. Nice, huh?
Yeah, that's right. That's the payoff of all this hard work, is that completed form. So that basic workflow is the heart of Cuyahoga 5. You enter the case information once, send the worksheet items to the appropriate forms, and then review the completed forms.
That's
Print
right.
them out.
Uh-huh. Cuyahoga 5 includes just about all of your standard decedent probate forms that are used in Cuyahoga County, including multi-page forms and continuation pages where they need to be added. We could look at Form 6.1. Oh, there's nothing in the demo on this? Yeah, I was going to show an example of a form with a continuation page.
Yeah, the continuation pages are coming from the software, make everything easy because you don't need to make them yourself or build a Word doc or anything like that.
And
they're already pre-made as the court would expect them.
And the reason that Form 6.0, 6.1 was empty, I will try to do this really quickly. I'm going to send things to 6.1. Boy, you know what? This might be bad. Or 6.0 and 6.1 are really the same form, yeah.
Inventory and appraisal. You can play this in fast speed.
You're going to have to do that because this is, I have to, not only that, but see, I've got to categorize each one of these things.
This is a great example of how the software works.
Yes, it is. And I can do them rather quickly, actually. We'll just call this as real estate and assume that nobody's going to notice that we're using the same property twice in there.
Jesus Christ.
6, yeah, there we go. Real property. Well, okay, you know what? What I want is something with a big, long description. It'll kick the continuation page in, and you know what? There's nothing in there like that. So I'm not going to go through all of these and make them go to 6. I did do two of them.
What about 4.0? Does it have a continuation page?
No, doesn't need one because it doesn't list descriptions.
Oh.
Here's a good example of what I just did. I put 2 properties there, and there they are. I use the same property twice, but that just shows you how you get in there.
And you can see at the top it says page 1 of 1. So as continuation pages are created, the software will do that automatically.
Right, and then you could even let's see. You know what? I'm gonna show something. Oh, I think I'm taking Larry's stuff here. Did I?
No, I don't
Talking
think so.
about pretty printing.
No, that's
Okay, since we're on the subject, I put these 2 properties in here, 286 Edgewater, and then the other one, which starts out permanent parcel number. And so let's say that they were clearly 2 properties, and I would go back to the asset worksheet, and I would go to the first property right here at the end, and I would add a carriage return to it. And let's see, which carriage return is old people talk for enter button. There we go. You see how I did that? See that space in there?
Yep.
I tell you what, it's just more readable when you do that.
Yeah.
And in fact, I could do it against the last one too, and give a little. No, that was whoops.
Basically,
do?
the formatting that you're doing in the description will carry over into the form.
Yes, and I guess when I said carriage return, that was.
You know, that's another tip.
I'm going to put that's what happens with the carriage return. You could tell about that in law offices. You'll see some of the younger attorneys. They're staring at the desk, and they're going, what is that thing with all the with the letters on it? It's like a keyboard, but where's the display? And then you tell them, hey, there were no displays in the old days. It's just this is a typewriter. Mm-hmm. It's really and it's got the printer built right into it.
I can remember pulling typewriters off desks and replacing them with a keyboard and monitor.
Yeah, there you go. Now that you can't even find them. Are there typewriters in offices? We need to get going on this video.
Yeah,
Larry.
so let's get down to the nuts and bolts.
Between my grandson's tooth and now a lesson in typewriters, we need to get moving along here.
I guess the point should be made that although the software makes everything easy, that's why you're using it. It's not meant to replace legal judgment. It's a form preparation tool. You still have to go through everything and decide which forms are needed and what information belongs on each form.
That is good advice, Larry. But for the repetitive work of preparing probate forms, keeping names and numbers consistent, and moving information to the proper places, Cuyahoga 5 can save law office a lot of time by just doing all those things.
Oh, absolutely. As long as you review the completed documents before you file and make sure the selected forms match the filing you intend to make, confirm all the signatures and dates, and you're good to go.
That's more good advice, Larry. We should also mention that once you're done previewing the forms in Microsoft Word prior to printing, you could also create a PDF of the form in case you're allowed to file them electronically, or maybe you just want to email one to a client for review. I hope I can show this. Sometimes this spontaneous stuff doesn't work so good. Here it is. We're looking at what would be the printed form. It is. It's in Word.
I'm glad you did that because it brings up another value add of the software is that it's not giving you an uneditable PDF right out of the gate. It's giving you a Word document that you can edit as needed. So a lot of times we'll run into situations that a certain court requires a certain formatting, on our basic program, and you can go in there and make that change right in the document before you print it.
Correct. And while you were doing that, Larry, I actually demonstrated how you could make a PDF out of that. I just went to the Save As command, and I selected a file type of PDF. Bang, done. Now I got a PDF of this form. Oh, there it is.
For electronic filing.
Yep. It automatically started the browser, or not browser, but the what would be the Adobe.
Yeah, Acrobat.
Yeah, it is an Adobe Acrobat. Well, now all the browsers do
render PDF.
Yes, they do.
Poor Adobe.
I don't think they let you Yeah, you
Can't do anything.
You can't change them, but they're read-only.
But you get the best of both worlds. You get the editable Word document, and you can have the PDF for electronic filing.
All right. So now where are we at?
This was built by lawyers for lawyers and law office staff that are working and preparing these kinds of forms as part of their regular practice. And we encourage you to go to our website and watch this video. There's information in the help menu once you own the software, and you can learn more about how to take advantage of these features, because there's some stuff in here and maybe even a couple tricks and tips that we didn't have time to cover.
That's right. One is the ability to delete more than one entry from the worksheets at the same time.
All right.
That was something people requested periodically. As they had, maybe they got off on the wrong track and they had like 25 entries and they had to delete them one by one. Well, that's a feature now in the program, and we could demonstrate it, but we just are running so long on this one we can't right now.
Yeah, it's still another hot tip, and if like all other features in the program, it should be pretty self-explanatory as you're working through it.
Now, see, Larry, I told you I was stepping on one of your lines. You were supposed to talk about pretty printing, but that's okay.
I did. I had my piece about it.
Okay.
You know how you can edit it and how it comes out. What do you call it? Printer perfect?
Yeah, print shop perfect.
Print shop perfect forms.
And another feature that we didn't really talk about is the auto transfer of the general information persons, like the spouse and the applicant, to the next of kin worksheet. They just kind of show up there automatically.
Yeah, in case you might be wondering, because we're using demo client files here, but if it was just a blank client file, as soon as you went into the kin worksheet, you would see them.
Yeah, you'd see that, right.
If they were appropriate.
That's probably what happened in this file here, because I could see that Whitmore is the surviving spouse, and that.
And then, and occasionally people will ask about deleting those, but they're coming from the general information worksheet, so they're not going to be deleted. So you can
let's
ignore them if
let's
you want.
show multiple delete. Let's assume these people they were not nice to the decedent, and so we need to delete them. Multiple delete. Yeah,
goodness.
You see that? Wow.
Pretty brutal.
And that actually increased my share of the estate.
I was
because
going to
if you
say,
notice,
I noticed you came through unscathed.
I know, we don't have to divide it between so many people. Anyway, that brings us to, Larry, the conclusion of this video. And we don't want to leave without thanking you for watching, because we know time, especially your time and my time, is a valuable commodity, and that's why Larry and I appreciate you giving us a few minutes of your time.
That's right. So the only thing I ask in return is that if you appreciate this video and want to see more like it, hit the like button, help us get out there so more people can know about what we're putting together and trying to make lawyers' lives easier.
Finally, there's this subscribe button if you'd like to be notified, I guess, of future videos.
That's right.
And
even better than like is to subscribe.
Right, and you know what? Click on that like button even if you didn't like it, because it helps us out.
That's right. Just do it as kind of like a friend thing.
That was really a funny line. There's no audience here for that. Anyway, okay. So, hey, that's the end of the show. So goodbye, and thanks for watching.
And remember, even if you don't like us anyway.
I know. That's good advice, Larry.